Hi again, I'm back with a review of Cherry Tree High Girls Fight. If you like fighting games, or card games, or anything that combines fighting and card games, then you might enjoy this game. The game begins simple enough. You are the wrestling coach or fighting coach of 3 girls of your choice and have to lead them to victory in the subsequent matches that they face. The girls that you choose fulfill a variety of stereotypes. For example, there is a Brazilian wrestler called Cha-Cha who excels in grappling attacks, and a boxer called Asumi who does very well in striking attacks. But the game gets even wackier than that. There is a magical girl called Monica who does very well in magical attacks or attacks that require spirit, special stats in the game itself. As you can see, this game is not a straight fighting game, but more like a game taking place in the modern era with fantasy fighting elements. The story is not much to boast about either or write about, because it's just you leading the girls to the fight after a fight, a match after the next match. Before matches, you as a coach will be involved in keeping them to a training regimen, which of course improves their individual stats. Each stat will improve a certain fighting ability of the girls. So for instance, you can choose to improve their grappling abilities. This is especially useful for fighters who are practitioners of Aikido and wrestling. Or you can choose to focus on striking abilities, which of course benefit fighters who are specialized in karate or taekwondo. You can also choose to give them a break if they are tired, or you can also spend the time to interact with the girls, and this improves their morale and they are more likely to perform better with good morale. However, that's all a sideshow compared to the meat of the gameplay, which involves fighting. While the game does try to explain how its fighting system works, it actually doesn't do so very clearly, so I shall attempt to summarize it in this video. Long story short, all matches are 3-on-3 matches, with your team on the right and the opponent team on the left. To win a match, there are 2 ways. The first way, of course, the most straightforward way, is to knock out all 3 members of the opponents. The second way is to outlast the opponent over 20 turns and have higher combined health than them. At the start of each turn, your fighter is given cards rated from 1 to 5. If you pick a card with a higher value than the opponent, you will win the combat and you will get to do damage in that round. But it gets even more complicated than that. Any card that you pick will have a skill associated with it rated from 1 to 5, but this time in terms of difficulty. Skills with lower difficulty will beat skills with higher difficulty. However, skills with higher difficulty, if executed successfully, will do more damage than skills with lower difficulties. As such, it is generally recommended to pick cards with high values, but choose skills with low difficulties. I will probably do a tutorial or a strategy guide for the battle system at another date, but for this, just take my explanation as being very overly simplified. To summarize, I give the game a 6/10. It has a very simplistic gameplay, and even though the tutorial is under-explained, I hope that you guys, if you have the game, have fun with it. And overall, I think I did enjoy the game, especially during the moments of fighting. It can be really intense and down to the wire. So This is me signing off, and I hope you enjoy this 5-minute review. Goodbye, everyone.